welcome back to my channel, Beautiful Minutia. If you're new here, my name is Tiffany, and I have been sharing my bookshelf tours with you for a little bit now, and it's time to share my nonfiction bookshelves. So we keep all of our nonfiction in our entertainment center in our family room, and this is it. So on this top shelf here is where I keep all of my Russian nonfiction. So you can see I have the Gulag Archipelago. I currently have volumes 2 and 3 and then the abridged version of all 3 together, so I don't have volume 1 yet. That's just how it's worked out. But behind that I have all of my Robert K. Massey books, a book about the Romanov sisters, a Dostoevsky biography, actually 2, Tolstoy biography, and a history of Russia. On the shelf below, I have a lot of non-American history, so you'll see I have the memoirs of Lady Haegyong, I have Wild Swans, I have a lot of Asian memoirs or history in addition to some early England history, some stuff about Columbus and travel and things like that, and also Mary Wollstonecraft's The Vindications. On the shelf below, we're starting to get into American history. So we have stuff as early as the Mayflower, but we have a lot of writings of the Founding Fathers, as well as biographies about the Founding Fathers. A lot of this is Revolutionary War time period, except for, I think, the Mayflower and then the Salem Witch Book as well. On this shelf, it's kind of a hodgepodge. It has some American history, but you'll see in the front, I also have some other writings like Rachel Carson and some Nathaniel Philbrick and just kind of like some random stuff on that a little bit there. But then I have more history. I have a lot of Laura Ingalls Wilder stuff here, pioneer time period, the railroad, Frederick Douglass. There's just kind of like a hodgepodge of different biographies and writings on different time periods here. So I tried to keep the history kind of chronological, but that's gotten kind of messed up over time. So this has some stuff about Native Americans and also some Eric Larson books and sometimes about, the Dust Bowl, the 20s, some World War II stuff. So this is kind of all after Revolutionary War and Civil War time period, at least that was the goal. So now we're moving on to the other side of our entertainment center, and over here I have a lot of memoirs in this stack, but that's not all. As you can see, I also have some Plato and The Origin of Species, so it's kind of a little bit of a hodgepodge of books that didn't fit anywhere else. On this shelf, we're starting to get into my Christian nonfiction. We have this collection of classics here that has a whole bunch of great stuff in it. And then I have a big stack of Watchman Nee books that my dad recently gave me, and they don't fit on the shelf, so they're their own stack. Behind that, we have different letters and memoirs and just kind of miscellaneous nonfiction. So that includes, some Bill Bryson books, Stiff, which is a book about, I think, cadavers, which is like totally random and doesn't really fit into anything else. Under the Banner of Heaven, which is kind of like the history of Mormonism and fundamental LDS stuff, which is super fascinating. So it's a really weird assortment on this shelf. Please admire these really cute baby Claire pictures. That's why I left it on the shelf before I took it off. So behind these decorations, we have my C.S. Lewis collection. So this is all like kind of classic Christian nonfiction. So we also have a little bit more Watchman Nee, some Andrew Murray, all of my Charles Spurgeon, except for Joy in Christ's Presence, which I'm currently lending to a friend, and some Dietrich Bonhoeffer, and just kind of like a random assortment of classic Christian nonfiction. On this shelf, I have some of my poetry collections, not all of them, but some of them. And behind that, I have a hymnal and then also a few books on the history of hymns, which have been really valuable both in school and just in general. I thought they were really interesting. A lot of the other books on this shelf are Christian biographies, including a lot of biographies about martyrs, and then, some books by Corrie ten Boom and Elizabeth Elliot, and then a couple more modern Christian nonfiction as well about discipleship and stuff. This shelf, oh my goodness, we've got my Charlotte Mason collection and then a huge stack of more modern Christian nonfiction. So this is a full shelf because there's a whole nother row behind this, but I love my Charlotte Mason collection so much. And I love all these Christian nonfiction that are more modern. So it's like Francis Chan, David Platt, people like that. Behind that, we have a lot of parenting books and also Atomic Habits, which I really love. So other books that are similar to that in terms of being about habit building and stuff like that. And then also some books about apologetics. I honestly don't know if this shelf is going to be interesting to anyone at all, but this is the final shelf, and we've got some cookbooks here, and the ones that are standing up, there's like a Taste of Home cookbook and a vegan cookbook, and then also I have a Korean cookbook that's not on the shelf, and then all kinds of Bibles and devotionals for kids. So that is my nonfiction collection in our back room on our entertainment center. So I'd love to hear from you in the comments down below if any of these are interesting to you or you'd like to comment on them. But thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, please hit like and also subscribe so you can continue to see more bookish content from me. And I will see you again next time.